his wife shared a pretty, chill update on how things are going. And I think it's a good moment to sit here and just kind of realize that things really are okay, that the Pittsburgh Steelers and TJ Watt right now are fine. And there is a lot of panic. There's a lot of worry about where the Pittsburgh Steelers are and where things are and how bad things can get. And if TJ Watt is ever going to play a game in the NFL or with the Pittsburgh Steelers ever again, if he's going to get traded, how tense things are between him and the Steelers. If the Deuce sign has gotten way more serious, well, Danny Watt, shout out to Danny Watt. Let us know that TJ's all smiles, man. She just shared this picture. Oh, we lost Jacob in the process of this. That's sad. He's still gone. It just doesn't exist here, pal. Here we go. I found him. Danny Watt shared this picture. Her and TJ doing some good old fishing in the midst of some chaos. And again, I think it's just a really good breathing moment to sit here and say TJ Watt is okay. And the Pittsburgh Steelers and TJ Watt are going to be okay. And things are serious, obviously, but it could be worse. And I think it's a little too early for us to be panicking. Am I wrong?
No, I think it's a pleasant reminder, again, especially amidst the contentiousness of the conversation surrounding these negotiations. And I'm just as guilty of sort of painting this picture in my head of they must just be kind of going at it, in a conference room back and forth, trying to arguing it's like a dramatic a legal procedural sort of thing about who should be getting what and why and all of this evidence and stuff like that. But in reality, TJ Watt is trying to spend time with his family and their daughter. I mistakenly referred to their son yesterday. It's their daughter. That was 100% my bad. I still want him to Rafiki his daughter when he sacks someone this year and whenever he comes back. But it's just a nice reminder to know that okay, this is not some sort of cutthroat, everybody's drag them out fight that is going to leave someone battered and then sorry for their actions, and then we'll see the blood and the destruction on the other side. It is a business negotiation, and TJ Watt is trying to get his own. The Steelers are trying to make a business decision they think is best for them, but it's not hate. It's not some sort of crazy contentious thing. And it's nice to again have that breath of that exhale of relaxation, that sort of easement of just knowing that all right, he's my man's just fishing. He might want 40 million a year and $100 million guaranteed, but my man's just fishing. So let's just take a breather. So you're bang on.
I agree. Look at the Steelers and TJ Watt, from everything I've been told, are not as terrible as people want to make it seem. And I hate to be the guy calling out other insiders, but it just feels like, the Florio is always dramatic, but it feels like the Schefter, it feels like honestly, Tom Pelissero talking on the Rich Eisen show every other day about this situation is the only time that I ever sit down anymore and sit there and go, you know what, things are that's exactly it. You're spot on there, Tom. Everything I've been told is probably everything you've been told. And it just feels like some are trying to dramatize a situation that it's not worth dramatizing yet. It's too early to sit here and worry about TJ Watt and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this is a good example of how nobody, and I mean nobody in Pittsburgh, is freaking out about where TJ and they stand, because they get that TJ does not need to be there day one of training camp, and that these negotiations usually don't end day one of training camp. They end a week or two into training camp, just before week one of the regular season. And if 2 days before is the deadline that they had last time, I'll give it 1 day before this time. Dak Prescott signed a deal in Cleveland to start the season. He was on a freaking plane to go play a game and said, yeah, let's just do this. And I think that until that happens, that's where I stand with the Pittsburgh Steelers and TJ Watt. I'm not worried about it at all. I'm just not worried about it whatsoever. There is a comment in here that TJ Watt's child is a daughter. So Does that change your Rafiki thing?
No,
You can
not
put
at
a
all.
little girl out to amongst a group of NFL players, huh?
Yeah, I mean, because if she's the daughter of TJ Watt, could kick my ass right now. There's
No
no
doubt.
doubt about that.
No
So,
doubt
like,
about that.
yeah, am I worried about her on the football field? No, her dad's a badass. Her mom's a badass. I have no doubt that she is too. Yeah, you can do the opening scene from The Lion King with her, no problem. After a little strip sack, and then Rafiki it,
Yeah.
bing bang
Yeah.
boom. Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
change my opinion whatsoever. There's sh- a Watt's a Watt. I don't care.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I want to address this because I don't want my words to be mixed up here. Eddie, did he just say Dak Prescott to Cleveland? No, Dak Prescott signed his extension with the Dallas Cowboys, I don't know, 3-4 years ago at this point, on a plane to Cleveland to play in week 1 of the NFL season. That's how close to the game they got. Signed a deal with the Dallas Cowboys, obviously. And that's how I look at TJ Watt, is just right now, there is nothing to worry about. And we are in pretty good graces with TJ and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's